Week 2 of my GLP1 journey on tirzepatide started with a shot in the thigh. I did my outer thigh because they do say to rotate where you're gonna give yourself your shot. So I did my outer thigh, and I'm just not a fan of the thighs because my thighs, even though they're giant, they have more muscle to them. They're not quite as fatty as, like, my belly has all kinds of fat, so I can put it wherever. But so I felt the needle was sharper in my thigh, and I've only done I'm not a huge fan of the thigh. So I was so thirsty, I could not really contain myself with the thirst. I just drank and drank and drank and drank so much water. And, but even though I was so thirsty and drank a lot, I was very bloated that week. I just felt like my tummy just felt so extra big. And I also did not use the restroom very much. I think I used the restroom twice that week. So that feeling plus the bloated feeling, it didn't feel that good. I was more burpy than the first week. Still, I didn't have any sulfur burps. Thank goodness. Like I said, I just feel bad for those of you who have had sulfur burps. And I went to my primary care physician, and I did tell her that about the tirzepatide because I got mine on a pharmacy, an online pharmacy. So, but she was very positive about it, and that was one thing that did concern me because of all the negativity I have had in my work. I was worried that my doctor would be the same, but she was very positive, and that made me feel good. On week 2, I started craving more meat, and I also started to notice that if I didn't eat, then my energy would just drain really fast. And on this week, I just didn't feel like eating. I would be like, I should eat, but I didn't feel like it. So I would force myself to eat because if I didn't eat, I could feel, it was like the Energizer Bunny ran out of batteries. And I also didn't want to be that person that's like, oh, I don't eat, ha ha ha. So I also noticed a shift in my mood. So if I felt like, oh, I'm starting to get a little grouchy, I would eat. My joints, my achy joints were feeling better on week 2. I did learn the hard way about overeating. I did not vomit, but I have a very steel stomach, and I don't usually get sick like that. So, but I did overeat some. Definitely not nearly as much as I ever would have, but I had a hot flash, and I felt kind of sick. My stomach felt kind of sick for about 45 minutes, but that was the extent of that feeling. And once that went away, I was like, oh, thank you. I'm not doing that again. So at the end of week 2, I actually gained 1.7 pounds. And I don't know if it had something to do with not using the restroom or what, but yeah, I was a little disappointed that week, but I figured, I still had lost 4 pounds because I lost 6.2 the week before. Then I was like, well, maybe this isn't real because I did gain, but I decided to keep on keeping on.